Right. Hello and welcome to another episode of From Salem with Love. I am Anna Campos. I own Circle of Stitches here in Salem, Massachusetts, and I'm here with my co-host and best friend.
Hi, I am Jacob Anaya. I am, as you just mentioned, the other co-host of this show. Sorry, I lost track of what I was thinking about. I am Fiber Dreams by Jacob on Instagram and TikTok. I'd also like to introduce our inevitable co-host, the postman that will eventually knock on the door, and the random lady that's going to stare at the window wishing that we were open and glare at us because we won't open the door for her.
It's true.
It's so true. It never fails. Every single time that we decide that we're going to do this podcast, I'm wondering if, since we changed our location, we don't have our lovely wall behind us here of yarn. We have the windows, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's blinking lights behind Anna.
Yeah, I don't think they're showing up.
I don't think they're showing.
But I got fancy new lace curtains that are showing up a little bit. Very exciting.
We have actually, if you haven't been to the store lately, you really should attempt to make a trip. It is Salem. It's starting in October. It's starting to get busy. But however, we've been working really, really hard at decorating and changing out the layout a little bit, getting all these fun new things in the store. Even if you're not a knitter and you find us and stumble upon us just because you found Salem in our name, there's lots of different things that you can explore in the store. And later in this episode, I'm going to pull out a couple of my favorite things that we've gotten in.
Awesome. So I guess we should do a brief what are we wearing, and I'm not wearing anything that I haven't worn before, but just to show that, we do wear our knits regularly in, everyday life. This is my very beloved basic Raglan by Locatelli, knit in Harrisville Nightshades. This is the talk radio color, so it's got little bits of purple marled in with black, and it's also about 2% cat hair and like 1% my own hair at this point.
Just for 1 second there, I thought that was actually the yarn. Like, it was, weaved in cat hair. And I'm like, wait, they sell that?
I mean, folks do spin yarn out of their own cat hair. I do not. It just kind of ends up in here because of, living with many cats.
If you want to be an ultimate cat lady, spin your cat hair.
No. That's one step that I'm not going to take. And what are you wearing today?
So I started out wearing 3 hand knit garments when I walked down here because it's raining outside. And then I got into the store and it was a little bit warmer than it was outside. So I all of a sudden just started being a stripper and took off pretty much everything. But I managed to keep on one item, which is, I think it's my night shift. I always get the shift cowl and the night shift confused. This is my night shift cowl that I finished over the summer and I've been having in the store so that people can see what wonderful things that Spincycle can do. That's all kind of what I was wearing.
Yeah, the phone's ringing in the background.
That was our other co-host. I forgot to mention him.
Yeah, sorry guys. We're just going to pretend that that's not happening and keep going, but it's inevitable. So today I am working on, last time that we recorded, I was talking about swatching for my birthday knit-along sweater. That is the Winter's Beach Cardi by Andrea and Mowry. And I did make my swatch and I cast on, and I'm trying to find my swatch right now because I just wanted to prove that, yes, I really do swatch, and swatching is important. If you look at my swatch, you can even see that I swatched with 2 different needle sizes to make extra sure. So here's the double moss stitch pattern in 2 different needle sizes with just a little bit of plain stockinette in the middle to separate them. Really hope that phone stops ringing soon. And here is, of course, I'm on a wrong side row. Let me flip this inside out so that you guys can see it. And so here is the beginnings of my Winter's Beach Cardi, knit in Hedgehog Fibres Tweedy. And it's so cute. And these lines here are where the afterthought pockets are going to go in. So that's a bit of scrap yarn. But check out how gorgeous the colorful slubs are in that. So that's what is on my needles. What's on your needles?
Currently, I've been trying to kind of pass the time a little bit with a smaller project that I can complete.
Mm-hmm.
So I currently am making Jeremy a pair of socks.
Mm-hmm.
I have them here. Jeremy's a size 13 foot. Let me just
That's love.
tell you that. And I did not have 2 pairs of ones, so I'm knitting these in zeros. And then this is just some yarn that I had gotten while out. I forget the colorway because if I don't tell someone the colorway right away, or if I haven't posted it with the colorway, I am 100% not going to remember what it is and just knit with it. But these are them. I'm getting to a point where I'm going to be turning this, the heel. This is Anna's Dreamweaver pattern. I just did not do the little cable parts in the front, but I'm using her turning heel technique that she has. So it's super simple. I don't think I'm ever going to knit socks other than in this particular pattern for the heel turn because I kind of like it and it doesn't confuse me like a lot of sock heels patterns do, which is, I guess, the point of the pattern.
I appreciate it. I actually, when I developed that heel design, I went on this like sock heel exploration and I found a bunch of different sock heel constructions and I just knitted just a bunch of turned heels. So I just had all these like bits of like turned heels all over the place on my desk. And this was the one that I liked the most, so I'm really glad that you like it too.
And I'm going to play at the end of this one. I want to see, I don't know if it'll work. It's going to be an experiment and I'll let you all know. I'm going to try to do an I-cord bind off for the top of the sock and see how that works. Or looks. Like I might still do like the ribbing and then on the top part do the I-cord bind off just to see how it is and if it like stretches a little bit. Because when I make socks, sometimes I realize that when I cast off, my cast off method, I try to do a stretchy one, but I still have difficulty with getting it over my heel. And that's probably a me problem. It might just be how I'm particularly casting off.
Yeah, I mean, casting off for toe-up socks is a thing. Like, it doesn't have to be particularly stretchy. Have you tried the Interlock Bind Off? That's my favorite.
Not.
It's done with a darning needle, and it's slower, but it is very, very stretchy. And the way that it was developed is basically if you had, a bunch of knit stitches, except that instead of just sitting like this, they are interlocked like this. Mm-hmm. And so it's sort of like grafting without having the other side there and interlocking the stitches, and it's very stretchy, so that's my favorite one.
Okay, well, so I might have to
I'll
try
post a link to that in the bottom. Yeah. And the other thing that we wanted to show off, right? Yeah. So I just recently whipped this guy up, and you might have seen it in my Instagram. This is a hat and peak. This was a gift, and this is knit in Quince & Co. Chickadee, and the colors are Torne, Kumlien's Gull, Peak's Ferry, and Honey. And this is a pattern by Max Cyr, and it's so cute. And you have one too that you made a while ago.
I think last year I made it. It's a little bit more stretched out because I have a very large head.
Well, this one also hasn't been worn very much yet.
Yeah. And mine, I believe, I don't remember exactly the colors, but I know that this
is Rios. This is Plomo.
And then this was all Brooklyn tweed, I believe.
Arbor?
Yeah.
So I think the green is Parka. The other two, I don't know.
It's okay. We can figure out and put it in there. And again, like I mentioned, if it's colors that you want to know exactly which ones I did, look for the Instagram post, because I will have to look at my Instagram post because I will never remember the colors that I used.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, what pattern did you want to share today? And remember, folks, we are in full spooky season mode.
We are.
And which you can also tell by the exhaustion on my face that it is, October in Salem.
So I had knit this one as a sample for the store. It is on the newsletter we had put out there, the Spooky Night Beanie by Lizzy Knits. I don't know if she goes by another name on Instagram, but we will put the pattern link in the description below, so you'll be able to look up this pattern and see exactly who knits it or made the pattern. So this one I did a little bit differently from what the pattern is. The pattern, it calls for 3 colors. So I did mine, I think, with 5 colors.
Really?
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I did the top one a darker gray.
Oh, okay.
So it's really cute. It's great. I knit mine in, I think, about 3 days. So it does go pretty quickly. I did a little bit of a modified closing on this one, so it's a little bit different than what the pattern calls for. I did it in actually the same kind of way that the hide and peek hat is closed off. And the only reason I chose to do that was because I just wanted to extend this so that the little bats were a little bit more visible and it was a little bit more slouchy. That was just my own personal preferences.
Oh, little ghosts and bats. And you used Malabrigo Rios.
I did. Malabrigo Rios. I had a lot of this was scrap yarn that I had in my little bag for from previous projects. And luckily I had enough to finish the hat, so that was good.
Yeah. And of course there's Frank Ochre in there.
And then there's the purpley color.
Is that one Sabiduria?
It might be.
I think it is.
And then Miss Anne Marie is going to be my twin. Because she got, Anne Marie is one of our viewers and one of our friends that comes into the store. And at Knitting in the Wharf that I finally went to one. You all don't realize how much of a special occasion that is because I never go to things.
And everyone was excited to see you. They're like, oh, Jacob!
But I finally went to one, and then Anne-Marie saw my colors, and she loved them so much, and now we're going to be twins.
Yeah, and Antigone bought some to make one as well. Not quite the exact same colors, but Antigone's also making one.
And we're just going to kind of really place this guy back here.
Yeah. Well,
and I had picked some colors for here, so we're going to show you some of these colors that I picked.
Yes.
All right, so...
By the way, I'm never finishing this for Rhinebeck.
Oh, no. How did everyone actually feel about that with the Rhinebeck sweater? Because I know a lot of people, I think, I'll go to my color choices. I got off track, but that made me think of something. So how does everyone feel about the Rhinebeck sweater thing? Like, do you feel like it's an obligation, or do you feel like you have to, or is it kind of, are you okay with just bringing a sweater that you've knit throughout the year? I know a lot of people I've seen on like the Instagram post and things are like stressing out about their Rhinebeck sweater. I've also seen some that are like t-shirts that say "This is my Rhinebeck sweater," which I think is hilarious.
I think Shelly Can is the one who designed those. Which is funny.
It's absolutely hilarious. But in the comments below, how do you feel? Like, would you feel like you absolutely, like if you were going to Rhinebeck or if you were ever planning on going to Rhinebeck, would you feel like there was a pressure for you to make a whole new sweater just for Rhinebeck? Or do you think it's okay to just wear one that you've already knit?
Well, so for me, I haven't finished knitting any sweaters this year, so I feel a little bit obligated, but, you know, if it also doesn't happen, it'll be okay. But, you know, I'm hopeful.
So, I mean, my opinion of it is that all these people, unless they really, really are following you, aren't going to have any clue what you knit this year, last year, or the year before. So just wear whatever you want to wear. It doesn't have to be something new. But it is fun to do a knit along, I will say that as well.
Yeah, I'm not going to stress over it, or I'm going to try not to stress over it. But we'll see. You know, this might also be the sweater that I knit while I'm at Rhinebeck. So.
I mean, well, last year we had me knitting my sleeve all the way down there and then knitting on the hill. And then when the actual meetup was there with Andrea and Mowry, I wasn't medicated. I have gone through a lot and I've grown a lot this year. So maybe I would have gone up to her this year if I had done the knit along. But last year I just wasn't able to do it because of all of my anxiety and my ADHD. It was untreated. So I wasn't really in a mindset of being able to talk to people. But I think that it's fun to do them. So what was I going to do? You
were going to show the colors for the spooky hat.
ADHD in the brain. All right. So the original pattern calls for, I believe it's three colors. Mm-hmm. So my first pick here, and then I'm just going to interchange the ones that I would have changed. So my first pick here is going to be Malabrigo Frank Ochre. I would do this for the brim of the hat. And then it's kind of going along with her original color set. I did Malabrigo Rios Black. And then Ivory. So all those colors together would kind of be, this would be like what the ghosts were in. This is your background. And then at the top, it would switch to this color, I believe. And then your brim right here. So I thought that would be a nice color combination. One, because yes. I love the yellow.
Of course.
And so kind of just switching it out, I'm going to go, this is more along what her original color scheme was.
Oh, yeah.
And so I did I think this one, if I'm guessing sunset, but the tag's not facing me, so.
Yes, it's sunset.
Sunset, the ivory and the black together. We're set up a little differently, so I'm not going to put this right up to the camera so that you can see it, because I'd have to get up and I'm feeling lazy. So we're just going to go with that. And then, so this other one, actually, I think maybe I was thinking like this. So I'm a Spincycle fanatic fan. Maybe groupie, I don't know. So I figured that the black for the brim, the devilish grin for the color,
The background?
background color, and then the ivory. Because I'm going to stick with ivory just because I think that it makes sense with the ghost.
That's true.
And I'm going to have to rewind up the skein a little bit. And then I thought that this would be beautiful too. The nostalgia.
Always.
Coming up with the black and the white. Put these back.
Excellent.
And then I think, do you mind if I show the two skeins that I found that are my absolute favorite in the store?
Of course,
right
go
now?
ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So this one I think I'm actually buying today, but...
So this is not related to the spooky hat. This
not
is just...
at all. This is just because I think it's pretty and I love it. So this is Hedgehog Fibres. It's in fingering or
Yes, they're sock yarn.
sock. The colorway is deep end. And I'm just obsessed with the color changes. It reminds me of almost, actually, the reason why I love it so much, it reminds me a little bit of something that's like this. That has like the little
That is the most Jacob project bag ever.
It really is. And it's actually funny because it was free because we got it at the gala that we went to last weekend.
Oh, excuse me. At the gala.
The gala.
Oh.
Oh. Your girl's bougie over here. All right. So, and the other one is Phoenix, also by Hedgehog Fibres. And it's just so pretty. Okay. And I'm getting hot, so this is coming off.
Woo!
I'm stripping again. Please tip me $5.
I mean, that might actually work.
It might. Should I put my Venmo in the comments below?
Yes. Y'all, I am totally putting Jacob's venom in...
Venom? So y'all are gonna get poisoned by me, apparently. It's Halloween.
Oh my god. And I think I just snorted on camera. Oh god, so good. I am totally gonna put Jacob's Venmo in the comments below. So feel free to tip.
For my stripping.
Oh goodness.
All the other clothes are gonna stay on, just so you all are aware. It's not that type of show.
I mean, I guess it depends how much they tip you, right?
True. But still not that type of show.
Alright, well, since we're showing pretty skeins, we have 3 new Spincycle dyed-in-the-wool colorways in the shop to show off.
I'm going to do my fangirl.
So this one is Afternoon Delight. And it's really pretty greens and blues. Have you seen it yet?
No. No.
And then, right in for the witchy season.
Anna, look over there.
You gonna steal them? I mean, to be fair, you do have a storky. You could just steal them.
I know, but that would just be rude. It was more funny to have you look over there and then try to steal them.
So this new colorway is called Love Spell. And the one that I like the most out of the new ones, this is Ranunculus. And look how pretty.
They remind me of these two anyways together.
Mm-hmm.
Remember like when Starburst had like the pastel colored Starburst?
Yes.
That's what it reminds me of.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, I can totally see that. And I really like these, of course, little purple and orange. And even though it's pastel, which I don't tend to love, I really love those. So there were some pretty new skeins.
Ish.
And the pattern that I wanted to share today is... What was it called again? It's by Hannah Man. It's Hannah Man's new hat, and it's called...
Hold on, I have my phone.
My goodness, it's so embarrassing.
Sanctuary? Sanctum?
Is it Sanctum?
Sanctuary.
Well, here we go for a very embarrassing total brain fart moment.
Listen, it's fine. Her patterns are amazing if you haven't checked them out.
They really
before.
are. And I totally knew the name right before we started, but, this is how we be today. Sacramental.
We were completely off.
I said sack to something.
Sack to something. I'm just like...
So, Sacramental, and it's really beautiful. It's another play on her raven skull motif in a, black and white or, reversible sort of design. Well, the hat's not reversible, but you can either do it light on dark or dark on light. And let's go ahead and pop in a photo now. So you can see super witchy, super gorgeous, and of course it's perfect for my favorite, black and white yarns. So, of course, I recommend Harrisville Designs Nightshades. Here are the two, and Daylights. Here are the two purple tints. So Talk Radio and Lint, right? And so you can either do it with the black background or the white background, or you can, knit both out of two skeins because it's super gorgeous. So, continuing to love these yarns. And of course, unsurprisingly, also perfect for the Hedgehog Fibres Tweedy and Tweedy Noir together. And same thing, you can decide which one you want to be the background, or you can make a complementary pair, changing the background color. So there you go. That's a witchy knit that I'm currently loving. Ooh. All right. And what else did you want to show off today?
Right. So I wanted to kind of showcase some of the non-knitty type things in here. Mm-hmm. The first one, me and Anna are fighting right now. We're feuding. That's why you might have noticed that the energy was a little bit off, because I'm a little offended.
I am just finding this out. What are we fighting about?
No, there's no...
What are we fighting about? There
is no excuse for this type of behavior and alienation. I've been bamboozled. Yeah, no.
Someone a little dramatic, maybe?
I'm heated. So...
Jacob is not a dramatic person.
Anyone who knows me knows that if there's anything with a llama on it or an alpaca, I'm obsessed. And I'm actually going to get up for this one because I'm so heated. Hold on. Where's the camera?
Down, 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 down.
I know, but where?
There you go.
Right here. It is a llama that is knitting. And this one did not send me pictures, did not send me a text, did not call up your girl right here to tell him about this pin. It is so cute. Okay, I'm done with my fighting.
Well, I am so sorry for the transgression.
The aggravated assault.
Wow.
Sorry. I'm never this dramatic on this podcast. I just decided I was going to be today.
Yes, you are.
Maybe.
I love you, and yes, you are.
Fine. Okay, so the other thing that I'm showing
are
these cute little new bags. Project bags, but this one doesn't have to be a project bag. Say you want to keep your other little knickknacks in it, or you could even use it as almost like a makeup bag or something like that to carry your skincare, your makeup in. You could use it to put in other goodies. If you're a cross stitcher, you could put in some of your extra thread. There's multiple different uses that you could use.
It's good for your knitting needles. It's a good tarot bag for any of my fellow tarot folks out
there. There's so many different uses for it, and it's so cute. And we have other options, but this is the one that was my favorite out of all of our little options that I picked, just because I like the black and the gold contrast. And it's celestial, and my house is full of moons and stars. So
that's true.
This one's so cute. And then I guess I will go, if you want to be super cutesy, a little bit of a matching mug. Mm-hmm. Little moment walking around with your little clutchy bag and your little mug.
Yeah, both of those were designed by Wishcraft Studios, and I don't remember the name of the artist, but obviously, the mug and the zipper bags are by the same artist.
Okay. And then I have these guys. So Soy Much Brighter. Mm-hmm. Handmade candles.
Oh, yeah, we got a whole restock of those.
No, she out of Lowell or out of
Beverly. Well, she used to be in Lowell, but she moved to Beverly a couple of years ago. So Katie, who makes these candles, her studio is right across the bridge in Beverly. And they just did a rebranding, so their stickers are really cute. But her scents are awesome, and her candles come with a wood wick, so it makes that little crackling sound like a fireplace.
And so this one is called Past the Cider. It's super fall. It's one of my favorite scents that she has. You put it in your house. It smells up the entire house so nicely. Not to a point where it's so strong. Yeah, it's not
overwhelming. It's not like Yankee Candle punch you in the face, but but it's good.
Old school Yankee Candle, when you would walk into the mall and all you would smell was Yankee Candle.
Yeah, you just walk past the door and you're like, yeah.
Like the Abercrombie one too. And then this one is Campfire Stories.
Oh, that's my favorite.
I love this. I love a good fireplace smell, a campfire smell. So it's weird, but when I was growing up, we had a wood stove in the house, and my bedroom was right behind the wood stove. So the little, I don't know what you call it, the chimney thingy, it would kind of go right back behind where my closet for my bedroom was.
Yeah.
So my room always kind of smelled like a wood stove, and so that's why I'm particularly fond of this one.
Yeah, I love that one too. Awesome.
And then I have one more thing that I came in and to set up everything for the podcast today, and then I was unaware that we got these in. So there's another one that's a amethyst that will be coming home with me after this podcast because I will be purchasing it. But we got these super cute.
Yeah, we got a whole restock by the Cypress Cabinet, who makes electroform copper jewelry, and that is a pendulum necklace, and that's a really beautiful peach moonstone. Here, let's get it up there for folks to see. So we actually have a bunch of gorgeous new necklaces with a bunch of different gemstones. Yes.
Thank you. And I think that is all I have currently to show. There's much more things to show, but we try to keep this to a nice bite-size level so that people are able to watch it and not have to spend the entire day with us, but watch it in like a half an hour.
Don't want to hang out with us.
Well, they do, anyway. But
yeah. So here's some of the things that I have to show off. So last time I showed off some of Kristen's brooms, a muck broom coat, and she just dropped off a gorgeous new batch of brooms, of course, ready for witch season. And so she has started incorporating like flowers and different bits into her brooms, and they're actually grown in her garden, which is awesome. So how pretty is that one? This beautiful turkey wing broom here, of course, I am loving the black with the purple cord. And this one here is absolutely stunning. And I hope it goes home to someone who appreciates its awesomeness. These flowers are from her garden as well. And they are woven right into the broom. How pretty is that?
So pretty.
And here's some more witchy goodness. We have these new Knitting Progress Keepers that are inspired by witchy themes, but done in a really cute way by Kitty with a Cupcake. And so what these are is that these are clip-in progress holders. You know, they can also be charms put on charm bracelets, but I use these to like track increases and decreases. And so we have, I'll get close, the pentacle, right, representing the 4 elements and spirit. And then we have one each for the 4 elements. And the triangles are, whether they're facing up or down is based on the alchemical symbols for the 4 elements. So here we have earth, air, water, and fire is so cute. It's a little s'more over a fire. So these are super, super cute. And you can get them, separately as you're seeing here, or the 4 elements also come in a set. And they're adorable. Just clip right into your project. Aren't they adorable? And last but not least, folks have been messaging asking about the Fiber Witch boxes for Samhain and Halloween. And yes, you can pre-order them on the website now. Not everything is fully revealed, but folks are already snatching them up. But one thing that I wanted to show off that actually hasn't even shown up on the website yet, Rochelle, Homebrew Fiber Co. has done a beautiful bandana, altar cloth, whatever you want to use it for, design for us. And here is the official reveal. So it's got, our circle of stitches logo in the middle, moon phases around it, and then ravens in the four corners, and then imagery that she designed representing the four seasons, right? And this is the Ogam alphabet, where she wrote some beautiful magical things for us in there. So this is packed full of symbolism. It's really gorgeous, and this is going to be in the Fiber Witch boxes. So go ahead and grab yours, and more of the goodies will be revealed in the next few days. And so I think that's everything that we have to show off.
I have one more thing that I wanted to do.
Yeah, I was going to say, but you wanted to talk about visiting Salem in October.
Visiting Salem in October.
Actually, let me get there. And here are the beautiful boots that Jacob gave me for my birthday. How perfect are these?
I think it's almost becoming a tradition. I buy you shoes for your birthday.
I love it.
So visiting Salem is a super fun place to visit. It's super fun to come and walk around and everything. But there are some things that are maybe a little bit of tisk tisk, please don't do it. All right. And then there's also some things I'd like to highlight, like that you can go and explore in other areas of Salem that people don't think to explore. Number one, Essex Street is not the only place where stores are. That's one thing that I wanted to point out. So you can walk around, you can go past Essex Street, and you can go past the Samantha statue, and there's some stores there. There's some stores on the other side of Essex Street, like Die With Your Boots On moved there. There's other things. There's also the wharf, which is where we are, which we want you to come to see us as much as possible. Even if you're dropping by to say hi to one of us, we still love seeing everyone. But make sure when you come into Salem, you don't just limit yourself to that one area.
But Essex Street is the pedestrian mall, and a lot of folks don't know that there's more to see outside of that. So definitely explore more.
The other thing too, and I mean, maybe our community isn't so much being the type to do this, but the people that are the street performers in Salem, or the people that are dressed up in nice costumes and everything like that, yes, they are doing it so that people can see them, but they are still people. And don't be going up to them and like poking them and like trying to take their props. Like, ask them if you can take a photo with them, and probably tip them, because they're doing it for a reason. They're there to give everyone enjoyment, but they also deserve some love as well. The other thing too, if you are planning on drinking like a crazy person in Salem, realize there's limited bathrooms, and please don't be like the group of girls that we saw last year on the street that were peeing in an alleyway.
Oh, that always happens.
I know, but don't be that girl.
Please don't be the person. Please don't be the people peeing behind people's houses. Like, it's gross.
Yeah, and people live here. Also, another thing, I know that all the Hocus Pocus things are nice and that everyone wants to see it, but in particular, the houses on Ocean Ave, they block it off because people keep on going to take pictures, and people live there, and that's a residential area. So just be conscious of the fact that while you're going to these areas, although they're popular, people live there.
Yeah, so that house specifically on Ocean Ave was Max and Danny's house in the movie Hocus Pocus, and there's a very nice elderly couple who lives there, but it's a residential neighborhood. It is not a tourist attraction, and folks aren't the most respectful.
No, one of the girls that I work with was telling me that a girl literally went to go take a picture of there and had one of those bikinis that was literally just like nipples and crotch that was covering, and taking a picture of herself in front of this poor old coupled house. So interesting. But as always, like, comment, share this podcast. If you liked anything that you saw that we've shown, I believe most, if not all, are available on the website, or you can contact and we can do like a virtual shopping session with you at some point if you really wanted to, with either me or Anna.
You can schedule a Zoom consult with either of us. So if you want to like hang out with Jacob on Zoom, that is totally a thing that you can do.
Just realize if it's with me that my schedule is very varied, so I will do my best to get you in as soon as possible. All right.
Everyone's excited to hang out with you. I recently had an in-person stock class. We've just restarted in-person classes, and everyone was fangirling over Jacob, so I called him on FaceTime, and everyone was like, oh my god, it's Jacob. It's so cute.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting in my bedroom with my hair mess and a night robe on and knitting. But it was still cute, and I appreciate it.
Well, to be fair, I did not warn you that I was calling you from class, so I just called you and put you on the spot.
Hey, how are you?
Well, I wanted him to get the real Jacob experience
They will.
because you are a gem.
And I'm like starting to come up with classes, so I might be teaching classes soon. So
yeah, I will keep encouraging you to do that.
So that will be kind of what I'm working on, as well as patterns that I'm thinking of coming up with. So looking forward to all of that.
Yeah, I've almost knit a whole road in the duration of this episode.
All right, so I think we can sign off.
Yeah, well, thank you for joining us for another episode. And, be mindful of the visiting Salem tips, but definitely come visit. Just, be a good visitor when you're here, but we'd love to see you. And if you have any questions about anything, either related to, obviously, our knitting, but to Salem, we're happy to help you out. So, comment, like, subscribe, tip Jacob.
For stripping. And come and visit us.
Yeah.
We love seeing everyone, and especially when you come in and you're like, oh, I watched the podcast. We're super excited when you come in.
Yeah. And don't forget to join us for virtual knit night on Thursday evening, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. You don't have to stay for the whole thing, but, drop in and hang out with us and say hi.
Yeah, and it's a great way. Even if you're in, like, Texas or California, you can still sign in.
We have folks from all over the place. So thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.